And good evening, and welcome to Scare to a Sunday Synopsis for Sunday, September the 20th. We'll be right back after the titles. So good evening, yes, and welcome to the Scare to a Synopsis for Sunday, September the 20th, 2020. So what has been going on this week? Well, obviously, if you're following the news, there's quite a lot happening with coronavirus. There are parts of the country that are currently going back into lockdown. There's rumours that we're going to have another potential national lockdown. Whatever happens, it's going to be a pretty weird Halloween this year. Obviously, as you know, a lot of events have already cancelled, but if any of the ones that say they're going to open do have to cancel, we'll just have to see. But with that in mind, what the news this week is a mix of good news, bad news, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens this Halloween. So we'll start with the bad news. And this one really hit home. This was the announcement that Screamfest Burton will not be opening for Halloween this year. Now, why Screamfest Burton? Why is this one hitting home? I think it's because it's the last of the big farm parks to actually announce what they were doing. We've seen the loss of Tully's, Broadwich, York Maze Hallowscream, Fear at Avon Valley, events all around the country, but while Screamfest Burton was still saying they were likely to open, there was still a hint of a glimmer of light or glimmer of hope. But yeah, it sadly announced that they would not be opening. So that is the last of the original stalwart Halloween attractions. You know, the ones that have been going for 10 years or so, the ones that actually made Halloween. So yeah, we were pretty sad that when that one was announced. Also confirmed as not opening this week was the Grand Pier at Western. They've said that their Halloween Unfairground event, to keep their staff and guests safe, they will not be operating this year, and that will be back in 2021. Also, we saw this week that Pleasurewood Hills, they've announced that over the half-term holiday they will be doing their Pleasurewood Frills event. It's their family-friendly Halloween event, whereas last year they had 2 scare mazes by Atmosphere Scare Entertainment. They won't be returning this year, so it is just a family-friendly event. So some more scares that we've lost. And finally, Driffield Showground have confirmed that there will be no After Dark event. So not as many events there that have said they're not opening as we've had in the last few weeks, but they were some of the last few that we were waiting for. But just because events have said they're not opening, there has been a lot of new movement in new events or things being announced for existing events. So what we have is Fear Forest at Zip World have announced their dates for their event and when that opens in October. So there you can go on the mountain coaster in the dark, you can go on the nets with clowns roaming around, and those dates are now up on the website. In fact, the dates for all of these attractions are on the Scare Tour website with a link to their websites. Over in Holland, Wallaby Holland have announced a dine-in scare attraction where you can actually have dinner within a scare attraction. It's one of the attractions that isn't actually opening for this year, but you can have dinner in there, and they'll probably have a few scare actors and whatever roaming around. So sounds like it should be quite good fun. They're also doing that and a VIP limousine experience. So they're trying to add quite a lot to their experience. The whole theme of Wallaby Holland this year, it's a VIP event. It's a much smaller attendance, and you're doing something a bit more unique than what they normally do. A few weeks ago, we announced that the Haunted Castle at Warwick Castle would only be a family-friendly event. Well, suddenly this week they announced Castle After Dark, which is a 4-day late-night event. The castle is open till about 11 o'clock at night. Interestingly, in the blurb, they are saying that you can experience scare mazes in the dark. We're not sure which scare mazes they're talking about. They do mention the castle dungeon, so we're assuming that's one of them, but not sure where the other one is or what they are actually doing. So we have reached out to them, and as soon as we get more information from Warwick Castle, we will know, and we will let you know what those events are. Also this week, Outbreak at M&D's announced a new name. They will now be called Darktober, and they will have a new scare attraction called Anarchy. Now, because of all the social distancing rules and whatever, this event will be an outdoor experience. They've moved it from indoors. And yeah, Anarchy will be a new experience, and they actually open this Friday on the 25th of September. So it'll be interesting to see what they actually do up there, and we hope to get up there or get somebody to go and visit that for you. Over in Germany, Movie Park Germany have announced their full lineup for this year with quite a few returning mazes and scare zones. But the new maze for this year is the Curse of Chupacabra, which sounds very Mexican themed and has got quite an impressive logo to go with it. So look forward to hearing about that from anybody who's over in Germany. Also unveiled this week, and is a great new logo, is Fright Nights at Cadona's. So we mentioned a couple of weeks ago that they were recruiting for people. The event is you pay one-off price. The rides are included. You get to go on the go-kart, go on the mini golf. If you go on the Sunday, you also get a round of bowling as well. And that's in Cadona's Park on Aberdeen's seafront. In London, the Collab Immersive Theatre Productions have announced an event called Flicker. It's going to be based around a seance. It's a horror-themed experience. It's about an hour and a half experience. Their events are always great fun. We've done a number of their experiences in London, and they're always good fun, very immersive, proper immersive experience. And yeah, so Flicker will be opening the end of October. Talking of immersive experiences, Darkfield, who are the masters of immersive sound, the binaural sound where you just wear a pair of headphones and things happen around you, they've got a new experience in their radio, their Darkfield radio series. This is called Visitors. This will be opening in October. Again, it's bound to be horror related, quite spooky. We love all of their work. We love what they do. And so we're looking forward to experiencing that. In escape room news, Cryptic Escape in Huddersfield, they've got a new event they're calling Frightmare. This is basically a scary version of one of their mazes. It's going to be called Possession. If you buy a ticket for that, you then get cheap access to their other experiences, and they just want to do something a bit frightening. As they say in their website, we know what scares you. So that sounds like that's going to be good fun. Also new this week, Colchester Zoo announced Trail of Terror. Now, they've never done an experience, a scare experience before. They've had Boo at the Zoo and Eerie Evenings and a few different things like that. But it sounds like this is a full scary experience. They'll probably just have the staff jumping out in the dark. But it'd be interesting to see what they do. There's been quite a few experiences like this. The Twycross Zoo are also doing a new dark trail as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they do and how they do that. Also, while we're in Essex, Southend Room Escape have announced that their next big live room will be a horror-themed room. It will be called House of Phobia, and it will be opening in January next year. So we'll look out for that. They've won awards several times. They always love and they always push the horror element in all their attractions. Now, the next section's all quite interesting. A few weeks ago, no one had even heard of a drive-through scare attraction. We'd seen the one in Japan and we thought, oh, that could be fun. And I jokingly said on Scare Tour, oh, wouldn't it be fun if we get one of these in the UK? Well, you know what they say, be careful what you wish for. So not only did Wrexham sell out within about 2 days and then put an extra 2 weeks on, which then also sold out. Not long after that happened, we then had confirmation that Thornton Hall Country Park, which coincidentally was the location where Screenfields was going to be held. So Screenfields announced a good 2 or 3 weeks ago that they would not be opening, that Screenfields was the new Screen Park that was due to open this year. So Thornton Hall Country Park still want to do something for Halloween, so they have announced Halloween by Night, which will be a drive-through scare experience. And then straight after that, the next day, the Heart of England Convention Centre announced Road to Hell, which is a new attraction in collaboration with them, Area 51, who are a theming and party special effects company, and Scare Projects, who are the team behind Birmingham Scare Gardens and Scare Projects in Liverpool. They will be doing a drive-through experience, and tickets for that go on sale tomorrow. And then the day after that, we then got announced Horror Drive in Essex. All we know about this at the moment is it will be held at Brentwood in Essex. All the tickets and further details of that will go on sale this week. all of those are getting very, very big publicity across all the media. I think because you can be locked in a car, you are COVID safe. They don't even need to touch you, and I think that's why we're seeing so many of these appearing. And it'll be interesting to see when we're back to a non-COVID world next year, hopefully, fingers crossed, whether those drive-through experiences will convert back to more normal Halloween experiences, or we've actually now introduced a new category of drive-through experiences. I can already see now that we've got a new category for ScareCon next year. So, yeah, good luck to all of those, and it'd be interesting to see how they all compare with each other. Talking of drive-in, slightly different though, it's a movie drive-in, is Park and Party in Manchester. What's slightly different about theirs is there are going to be live actors involved, and there's a little mini scare zone you drive through before you go in to see the movie. So unlike Tully's, who are saying that we're not going to scare you, we're not going to disturb you during the movie, because we want you to concentrate on the movie, it sounds like you're going to have a few monsters with you. Also, just opened this week is Traumatica Yulby. This is the new virtual reality experience at Europa Park. The Traumatica one opens next week. Normal Yulby is already open. Traumatica one opens soon, and they're having what's called a live extension. And they've built a scare zone over by the hotel. It looks like one of the scare zones as part of Traumatica, and as well as doing the virtual reality experience, which is a 10-minute free roaming virtual reality experience, you can also then go for the scare zone with live scare actors and stuff like that. And we think that's opening next week. And finally, you'll have probably seen on Facebook yesterday, the Crypt in Blackpool is now open. So although it's not a scare attraction, it is horror related. It's a cafe and shop, and it will have more things coming forward. Kurt, who runs it, is a good friend of the site, and he has a number of experiences and ideas that he wants to do with the venue. So good luck on your new venture, Kurt, and we will be up to see you very soon. Finally, who remembers Sheer Terror at Great Yarmouth? Hardly anybody does, but we've got a feature about it now on the website. It's live on the website now, with some photos from the attraction when it first opened in '96, some details of what went on in the experience. And of course, this is because Frightmare Frights is the new event that's coming to Great Yarmouth. And we asked them, would they ever think of bringing back Sheer Terror? And the answer is, they didn't say no. So we shall look out for that. So there we go. That is the roundup for Sunday the 20th of September. What can we say? It's going to be a really weird time with all the local lockdowns and everything's going on. So just because events are saying they're opening, it doesn't necessarily mean they will. We will bring all the latest news as we get it. The What's On guide is updated daily. We're currently doing the Halloween countdown by county, and we're up to about G at the moment. I think we've just populated Gloucester or Fife or whatever. So we're getting through those fairly quickly. So those are going through every single event, saying whether they're open, whether they're closed, and what's going on. Also, just remember, be safe out there. You know, you are going to need to wear a mask. Yeah, we've been saying this for a while, but we have got a few more Scare Tour masks available. I can't get it over my ears because my ears are too big. So yes, we still have a number of these available. They are, yeah, it's hard to talk. It's hard to talk where you're wearing it. There are a few of these available left on the website, so you can show your support there. Don't forget, in all the attractions, you are going to have to wear masks. You're going to have to wash your hands. You're going to have to sanitize a lot. Don't be a dick. Just follow the instructions of the attractions. A lot are saying that if you do not follow the instructions, you will just be thrown out. So if you want to go and enjoy Halloween and you want to have fun, just stick with it and go for it. But of course, the final message is, if Halloween doesn't happen, or we have a national lockdown which stops us going on, well, it's going to be pretty disappointing for everyone. So, as I've said on the news today, just follow the rules, follow what you need to do. There's a very real chance that we might not get a Halloween. They are talking about potentially putting the whole country back on lockdown over October half term, and that will just completely shaft Halloween. So, all I can say is do your best as you can, try and stay safe, and let's try and save Halloween. And with that depressing note, we're going to sign off. We will see you next week, and maybe we'll have done our first Halloween event by this time next week. COVID depending, but we are planned to go somewhere this weekend. So with that, we're going to sign off, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.